A cruise tour operator is calling one of the cruise lines out, and this is not good.
JJ Cruise.
Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Jordan and this is JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for clicking into the channel today. Well, a tour operator in one of the most popular places in the world is calling out Norwegian Cruise Line with a lengthy Facebook post just earlier last week. Thank you to the member of the JJ crew that sent this story to us because this is important and it actually kind of goes along with a video that we made a while back that went a little viral. I'm going to share the post with you as well as my thoughts on this situation. But before we do, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. If you love cruising as much as we do, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video today, don't forget on your way out to hit that thumbs up. I said that I was going to read this post, so I'm going to read it in full. Now, this is a tour operator in Alaska as well as a travel agency. So they have a couple of different legs of their business here. It's not every day we air grievances publicly, but Norwegian Cruise Line deserves this call out. We are no longer going to be selling or offering NCL cruises to our guests. Unfortunately, they are very bad at customer recovery when they do not offer the product, cabins, or sailings as promised to our clients, and when they do promise compensation, that is not delivered. Their sales staff, called BDMs, constantly tell us to reach out and call the reservations line, whereas when there's an issue with Holland America, Princess MSC, or Celebrity, we get right through to someone and get resolution without having to get feisty. NCL never seems to have a record of anything, and we deal with the same resolution staff, direct bookers, unless you get your own cruise consultant. NCL has done Alaska wrong by offering off-season cruises in April and October, which was never done before, when the weather doesn't really seem to allow ships to dock, which will often result in a sea day. Let's also not discuss that about 70% of shore excursions are not operating in April and October. Skagway, for example, only has 2 restaurants open in off-season that seat maybe 250 people. Bliss and Encore come into Alaska's waters with 4,500 guests. Imagine being one of those guests who actually gets into Skagway to find out there's nowhere to eat, all the tours that are running it that are full, you can't go dog sledding, you can't go fishing, there's no Taku Lodge, no Sentinel Island tour, no helicopter flights to Southeast Alaska in April and October. All of this is part of the Alaska experience, and with NCL's attitude to bring even larger ships next year, they quote that the Sun will be replaced by the Joy, adding an extra 1,800 guests per ship. If you want to book NCL, best of luck. It won't be through us. Well, this is a pretty bold post, and this is definitely a post that is calling NCL out. Now, if you remember, we made a video, and on the thumbnail it said, "Never book an NCL cruise." That was a direct quote from another passenger that had had a really bad situation on her Norwegian cruise. I'm going to speak as a travel agent because Jared and I are travel agents similar to this other company, but this company also seems to do tours in Alaska as well. I have to say everything that they're saying is completely accurate. When any cruise line has a problem, as travel agents, we have someone that we can go directly to if the problem is bad enough. And we normally will find resolution with that cruise line, I would say 98% of the time. When it comes to Norwegian, that rate of finding resolution when something goes wrong for a client maybe is about 25 to 30% of the time. Norwegian doesn't seem to care about customer retention, and what they really care about is getting customers on and off their ships as quickly as possible and in as many numbers as possible. I know that there's some Norwegian loyalists that watch this channel. I know there's people that love Norwegian Cruise Line. We have been on Norwegian 2 times. We've had not great experiences both times. But I want to say, if you are someone that is an NCL loyalist, that's great. I love that you have great experiences on Norwegian. I love that you have a cruise line that you love and feels like loves you back. As a travel agent, we do not get that love back from Norwegian Cruise Line. Let's say you have an issue and you go on Norwegian and you come back to your travel agent and say, "Hey, I had this problem happen." Well, as a travel agent, I can call, and they're going to immediately direct me to a form that I have to fill out. Norwegian has 30 days to respond to that form. I have had to fill out this form probably 7 or 8 times for people. I have heard back 1 time. And that resolution came between 30 and 60 days post-cruise. Now, let's go with a cruise line like Celebrity or Disney or even Royal Caribbean, another mainstream family cruise line. They have post-cruise departments that you call up and you say, hey, this was the issue, this was the problem, I'm seeking resolution. Normally, you get resolution that same day. So when someone has a bad situation or an issue that comes up, if they contact me to contact the cruise line, we typically get some type of answer same day. Even if the answer is that they're not going to do anything, at least we know that the same day so that that client can kind of write off that cruise line or decide what they're going to do for their next cruise. Making guests wait 30 to 60 days, even if the answer is no, we're not going to do anything, or this concern isn't valid, prolongs this process for the client that is painful and for the travel agent that is painful. Norwegian Cruise Line is the only cruise line that has actively lost us business in the 3 years that we have been travel agents. It breaks my heart to say that. I am such a champion for the cruise industry. I want to see the cruise line succeed. I want to see Norwegian do right by the customer. I want things to work well, and I want people to sail on Norwegian in good spirits with full faith that they have the customer's interest in mind. Unfortunately, since the pandemic, we've not been able to come back and say that. And it is a really sad thing. I feel bad for this organization out of Alaska that felt like they had to put this out there to all of their clients. Obviously, they have been through it with Norwegian, and I just want to say, if you all are watching this video, know that there's a lot of us out here that have been put through the ringer that work with Norwegian in a similar capacity. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure the comments are going to be filled with thoughts of what I just had to say. Every time I make a very big stance or I say something against a cruise line, the comment section just gets completely flooded with a lot of opinions. So don't hold back. Feel free to share. Again, if you have great experiences with Norwegian, I'm so happy to hear that and so encouraged. And that is great news. So you can always share that in our comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Jordan. This is JJ Cruise. And until next time, see ya.